Hey, this is Politics with Laura. How are you? I came across this article and it got me thinking. It got me thinking. And I was thinking about January 6th and how Donald Trump was at the center of that. And I came across this article that I thought was very, very, very interesting. And it made me think about January 6th. And it's called Spies and Their Offshore Secrets. And this is out of Zimbabwe. And the writer starts off talking about Bill and Hillary Clinton and their campaigns. Just listen. This is by Will Fitzgibbon. Firms help CIA operatives and other characters, real or fanciful, from their world of espionage, set up offshore companies to obscure their dealings. Now, you're probably thinking, politics with Laura, what does this have to do with Donald Trump? And I would say absolutely nothing. But there's absolutely something there. Politics with Laura, why are you being all wishy-washy? Because I can't prove anything. It's just a thought, and it's up to you. What do you think? And if you want to look a little deeper into it, you can. But just just listen. One day during his presidential re-election campaign in September 1996, the former U.S. President Bill Clinton walks into a room in Westin Crown Center Hotel in Kansas City. At stake was $250,000 in campaign funding. Clinton turned into a generous host. Farad Azima and led the guest in a song, Happy Birthday to You, Happy Birthday to You. Azima, an Iranian born American chartered airline executive, had long donated to both Democrats and Republican administrations. He visited the Clinton White House 10 times between October 1995 and December 1996, including private afternoon coffees with the president. Years later, as Hillary Clinton stood for election to the Senate in December 1999, Azima hosted her and 40 guests for a private dinner that raised $2,500 a head. Azima's Democratic funding activities provided an interesting twist to the center of a man who found himself in a media storm, one of America's most major political scandals in Iran-Contra affairs during the Republican Ronald Reagan administration. Politics with Laura, what does that have to do with Donald Trump? Again, absolutely nothing. But then again, there's something there. So let me jump down. Uh, He says, on one mission to Tehran in 1985, one of Azima's Boeing 707 cargo planes delivered 223 tons of military equipment, the New York Times reported. Azima has always claimed to know nothing about the fight or even, the flight or even if it happened. I'd have nothing to do with the Iran Contra, Azima told ICIJ. I was investigated by every known agency in the U.S. and they decided there was absolutely nothing there, said Azima. It was a wild goose chase, and law enforcement and regulators fell for it. So he goes on, but it gets rather interesting because he starts talking about Khashoggi, the reporter who was killed over in Saudi Arabia, and then that was exposed, and there was this big thing going on about it. Now, again, what does that have to do with Trump? This is in Nigeria, called The Guardian. Trump loyalists root Republicans who voted for impeachment. A Republican congressman who voted to impeach Donald Trump over the U.S. Capitol, a Capitol assault, has been trounced in his bid to keep his seat by a candidate backed by the former U.S. president. Now, yeah, Trump can be a bit temperamental, vindictive, but politicians who aren't petty, vindictive, and whatever adjective you want to put with that. Okay, South Carolina Tom Rice, a five-term member of the House of Representatives, lost his nominating contest, known in the United States as the primary elections, to the state lawmakers who netted around twice as many votes. Interesting. Trump had asked supporters to mark his 76th birthday on Tuesday by delivering him defeats for Rice and any other Republican foes in the Palmetto State, Nancy Mace. Interesting. Nancy Mace formerly comfortably fended off a Trump-backed challenge despite condemning the former president following the last year's insurrection, although she did not vote to impeach him. Interesting. The pair had followed markedly different strategies in their bids to win the chance to fight November's midterm election despite Trump's era. So, I'm saying all of this, and I didn't even go through the entire article, is that when January 6th happened, and I said this in a previous video, that I thought that there were that there was more to it than that. People just happened to take it over. So if Bill Clinton can take money for his campaign and Hillary Clinton, and the gentleman funds both sides, how many senators and representatives had a little extra cash in their campaigns? To sort of like turn the other way. It's just a thought. Just a thought. I'm not saying it happened. I'm just saying I find that article interesting. That's all. And what I found rather interesting was that people were allowed to breach the Capitol, and it seemed like there weren't enough security. Where were the federal police officers? Just a thought. Just a thought. That's it. So I found that article quite interesting, and it got me thinking about January 6th. And then I started thinking about Donald Trump. And I don't necessarily believe that Donald Trump had any espionage going on. I think maybe there was espionage done on him in the very beginning. I believe that. I just don't know exactly to what level what happened and who was in it, who benefited, who didn't. I know one person who did, AOC. But she screamed the loudest. It was quite interesting how Ted Cruz, I don't know a thing, but I don't know who are the players, but I do think that when the Capitol was stormed, I do think that was a prime opportunity for people that, spies, had an opportunity to take pictures, get information, possibly. Who knows? I think the only time when we may know, it might be 75 years from now. After when everybody's gone and then the truth really does come out. But that's how things normally happen. Like Dr. Martin Luther King. Came out that, the CIA had something to do with it. The people around him set him up. I'm just like, But I'll put the articles in the description box and you can take a look at it. I just found that interesting and I wanted to share it. And I'm not saying anything other than look into it for yourself, because I found it interesting. You may find it interesting. On that note, this is Politics with Laura, and yes, you may even consider this conspiratorial. All right, on that note, I want to thank my subscribers. I want to thank you for stopping by. Oh, and if you think I'm totally wrong, put something in the comment box. If you think I'm onto something, put something in the comment box. Bye-bye.